Brooklyn Park is making firefighting history. The city is transitioning to a full-time department, and its very first class of full-time cadet recruits is ready to make a difference. Prior to going full-time, Brooklyn Park's fire chief says the city was having trouble finding firefighters who also respond to medical calls. The city's first batch of full-time recruits just endured 6 months of training, including one last test. Photojournalist Dustin Scholl takes us to one of their final training sessions.
This is our very first full-time firefighter cadet academy that we're running. These 8 firefighters will graduate and join the ranks of the Brooklyn Park Fire Department as full-time staff.
I grew up in Brooklyn Park, and I always wanted to, serve the community I grew up in. And I also have friends and family that are in the fire service.
All you're trying to do is structure against structure.
It's been a lot to get to this point, over 6 months and then 2 days of just testing every single skill that we could possibly throw at them.
This is all we got.
This is day 2 of our Firefighter Cadet Skill Week. This 48-hour window is going to give kind of a small glimpse in the daily life of a firefighter.
Braden, you're in the middle. Olivia, you're on that side.
This first evolution is going to be simulating a car crash victim, where we have, unfortunately, 1 person deceased and then several others that have to be rescued from the vehicle.
I'm going to bring you over with your brother and your sister, okay?
So our firefighter cadets are going to be put to the test on using their vehicle extrication techniques, which involves using very heavy-duty hydraulic extrication equipment.
It was definitely pretty intense trying to prioritize the victims. They all had varying injuries.
We will be using a spreader, which actually spreads the metal away.
You can use one side of the tip also.
Unfortunately, we see, still far too many crashes on our highways and roads, from high speed to impaired driving to people just being distracted. And the goal is get there quickly and get that patient to a trauma center as fast as possible.
It was scary being in there and loud. All right, Ginger. I thought it was really helpful when the firefighters were reassuring us.
Pretty comforting knowing that they would talk to someone like that and be that nice.
All right, Ginger's gonna be up top, okay?
The goal is to test them physically, but also mentally. When you think you're tired, you just got to push through it. These calls can come in at any hour of the day, possibly the worst day in someone's life, and they expect our firefighters to show up and do the job.
The first group includes 8 fire cadets. A graduation ceremony will be held for them next week, and then they're on the job. According to environmental researchers, Americans are generating more plastic trash than ever, and very little of that gets recycled. That's why the Maple Grove Lions are trying to help. The civic group took on a challenge of collecting plastic that will be turned into composite decking boards. The Lions heard about the challenge from Trex, a major manufacturer of plastic decking materials, which have become a popular alternative to wood. The Lions had to recycle 500 pounds of plastic film within a 6-month period.
It's a lot of plastic. And actually, our 500-pound goal was met the very first month. Right now, we're halfway through the second month, and I would say we're probably close to 1,000 pounds.
Lee Newman says the Lions received a big boost from several Maple Grove area businesses who collect their plastic film waste. That is in addition to individuals who dropped off their plastic bags. The challenge runs through October. The need for workers extends beyond restaurants and retail. It also impacts pools and beaches. Delane Cleveland dives into a lifeguard shortage problem.
In a state known for its bodies of water, there's a relatively short window for people to actually take a dip.
It's good to be able to enjoy everything after the pandemic.
The Elm Creek Swim Pond officially opened for the season over Memorial Day weekend, and while the crowds may not be large now, it's only a matter of time.
As we all know, the temperatures are going to go up as the week progresses, so we anticipate it to be a busy weekend coming up here.
With a busy weekend on the horizon, Bruce Bolden says there's one major area of concern here at Elm Creek Park.
Yes, we are looking for lifeguards. There are lifeguard shortages across the nation.
Under ideal circumstances, he'd have 25 lifeguards on staff at the swim pond. At the moment, he has 15. He attributes the shortage to a variety of factors, with the main one being the pandemic.
Well, I think a common thing is with COVID, a lot of aquatic centers may have closed last year, and that probably led to a lot of people dropping their certifications or finding other employment.
While others simply want to do what they couldn't do last summer when COVID restrictions were in place. Meanwhile, in the city of Plymouth, the lifeguard situation isn't as dire.
We don't have a plethora of lifeguards, but we have enough staff to really safely run our programs and our sites.
Parker's Lake is one of the places where Plymouth will have lifeguards staffed all summer. City officials say while they could always hire more lifeguards to do things like supervise, keep the water and beaches clean, and maintain a safe environment, staff members keep coming back year after year because many started with the program at the age of 14.
They form such close relationships with each other. We become like a second family.
Back at Elm Creek Park, jobs and training are available. With the peak pool season approaching, they just need people to take advantage of the opportunity.
We're just trying to, get as many people as we can so we can operate fully.
In Maple Grove, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
And pools and beaches are now the go-to place with 90-degree temperatures hanging around through at least Tuesday. That includes the newly constructed New Hope Aquatic Center, which just opened up to the public. Here's what it looked like earlier in the week when it wasn't covered up with people. The brand new facility features a zero-depth entry, a lazy river, and a vortex pool, as well as a 50-meter pool for swimming and diving too.